Hello you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So my name is Christabel, and before I actually start this video, so my two last videos, for whatever reason, the powers that be, YouTube did not allow commenting on those two videos, which was, I don't know, frustrating for me because, I enjoy the engagement. I love talking to you guys. I must feel like I don't know, like you get to know people through comments and stuff like that. And even if I get like hate speech or whatever, I'm big enough, I'm old enough, I'm fat enough to be able to handle all of it. So hopefully, commenting will be allowed on my other videos because I really want you guys to know that you can talk about your experiences here, and I really want it to be a safe space. And if anybody ever comes for you in the comments, just know I don't call myself Power Ranger Princess for nothing. I should have been given a degree in trolling because I clap back. I really do clap back. But like I said, I really want this to be a space where, I don't know, everybody feels welcomed and everybody feels safe and everybody feels seen. You know, it was Trans Day of Visibility, and as a transgender woman of color, I've not enjoyed being visibly trans. To me, that related directly to being clocked. So, and I've had so many traumatic experiences just with being clocked, just with people being nasty and being unnecessary, that I'm kind of like, yeah, like I just got to a point where when I reached the female threshold. So the female threshold is when your hormones start taking effect, or after you've had surgery and your features have softened, where you can start going out in public and nobody really notices anymore. Once I reached the female threshold, I wanted to be quiet about being trans. Like, I wanted to shut up about it. It was cool that people at work knew and whatever, but if I was living my day-to-day life, just walking in the grocery store, no sir, who is standing behind me, I don't need to be visible to you because you don't share all of your secrets with me. Alright? So, but I understand why it's important, and I love and I celebrate all trans people who feel comfortable enough and brave enough to be out there, you know, like with y'all's queer shirts and just, you know, letting the whole world know, because, I mean, people need to know that we are here and we're really not going anywhere. So, the other day, I got on a date with this guy and his friend. So we're in like sort of the hipster part of Cape Town, and we're having this date. Everything's going good, everything's going wonderful, and I turn and I see this black girl come in. Now the bar was predominantly white, so you know when you see one of your people, you just kind of like, yes, come here, girl. So, I see this girl, and immediately I pick up that she's trans as well. So I leap out of my seat, and I run up to her, and I give her a hug in my state. I give her a hug, and I'm just kind of like, oh my goodness, like, I'm so happy to see you, like, my name is Christabel, and I tell her immediately, you know, I'm transgender, like, I get it, this, that, and the other. And, you know, the first thing I recognized was, you know, she was pretty out of it. It looked like she had, I don't know, taken something or had something, but she wasn't really that coherent. But, yeah, anyways, she was absolutely splendid. So, I go and I sit back down, and, yeah, she ends up joining us, but, I don't know, it was weird in that moment, because I think for somebody who is trans, and for somebody who's older, because, I mean, I'm 32, I'm turning 33 in July, And this girl was, 21? And she was in the early stages of her transition. And, I've had so many experiences where I've had violence, and I've had to be very cautious of my surroundings. So, yeah, like, it was almost like I wanted to protect her from the world, if that makes sense. And that's because of my own trauma. That's because I've never felt protected in those spaces. But I was actually really glad that she wasn't at a gay club in that state. She wasn't in an LGBTQ plus club because, let's just be honest, I've been saying it and I'll keep on saying it. Gay clubs are not a safe space for transgender men or women. They're not even a safe space for the lesbians anymore. Like, and they are not a safe space for the bisexuals anymore. Even the gays are complaining. So if it's not a safe space even for gay men, like, what hope do we have that we're going to be safe in the gay space? I've personally found a lot of gay clubs to be very dodgy, to be very dingy, to almost be like these sex hangouts where people just go and they, hook up in the toilet, which is awesome, do what you need to do. But I've also picked up that in a lot of those clubs, I don't know, depending, like, if you go to a white gay club, racism seems to be heightened. Now, I've always said this about South Africa, is that, we have some of the most well-behaved racists in the world. Our racists tend to keep quiet, they keep to themselves, they behave. But up in the gay club, they start, they forget we're in Africa. So, I've noticed racism is heightened, so if you're going to be a person of color there, your experience often is not going to be the same. And I've seen that with me, just how I've been disrespected in that space. And if you're trans, and you're visibly trans, there is a lot of, cattiness that comes from the greater LGBT community, because I think as a collective, we are in so much pain, and a lot of us are so broken that all that we can do is to almost transfer the pain to another person. Because the pain, literally, it sits and it rests in your body. The trauma rests in your body. It rests in your soul. And I think so many people live with this heavy darkness. They live with this, with this just, dark aura. And they're so broken inside that all they can do is break others down. And, I got to a point where I realized for myself that, when people were, being mean or clocking, like the other day, I went out with, so I meet this guy, we go out, and I end up wearing, his shirt, and I wear his, Rick and Morty pants, and I had, so I was wearing, male clothes, basically, but I still looked gorgeous, and I recognized that even in that attire, I still, I still had reached the female threshold. I could still go out. It still worked. You know what I mean? But obviously, going out and being dressed like that, there's a tiny part of you that has some fear. There's a tiny part of you that has fear that I'm about to get clocked. And I'm here to tell you, everything that you want rests on the other side of that fear. At the end of the day, people are going to see what they want to see. You have no control over that. You really have no control over that. And I've been in situations where I've been in high heels and short skirts, I've been in long skirts, I've been in jeans, I've been in every single outfit. Sometimes I get clocked, other times I do not. But I choose that each and every time these experiences happen, I choose to be kind to myself. So, so that evening when I was dressed in the boy clothes, I was with this guy and we're dancing, and how I was honestly able to get over that fear of being seen, that fear of being visible, that fear, was by realizing that, you know what, this is my life and freedom is an absolute of my existence. And also, realistically, there is nothing that they can do that has not already been done. I've survived the worst. I've looked at the devil in the eyes and I've laughed right back at him. So I understand that there is very little that can happen to me at this point that would ever, shake me. I've literally seen the worst. And I also recognize that anyone who hates on you in a public space is someone that is very vile and toxic and is living with a lot of self-hatred within themselves. I mean, think about it for just 1 minute. You meet a person up in the club or in a bar or a restaurant or wherever, and they're giving you the evil eye and they're hating on you. You're only experiencing 1% of how vile this person is. They live with the full 100% each and every day. You don't have to. So I want you to allow in this moment for the haters' thoughts to be their own, for their envy to be their own, and to be no part of your journey, no part of your beautiful experience. You know, when you're trans, you really are like a unicorn that's been set free onto the planet, and there are so few of us, and we really are special and so powerful. I don't want you to forget that, and I want you to stand proud wherever you are in transition, whether you are a baby trans, you just started last week, whether you're a mother in the community, and it's been, a couple of years. I just want you to love yourself wherever you are in transition, because realistically, that's the only way we survive this. It's by being kind to ourselves in moments when we experience so much hatred. Just know that you're loved. Know that there is a beautiful collective of souls that are here for you and that want to see the best for you. And if you've had any experiences with transphobia, like as I have, and being clocked, you can repeat this affirmation. It's an affirmation that I learned from Louise Hay. And it says, "For I let yesterday be gone." And I turn my total attention to this moment in time. This is my special moment. A moment that I've never lived. And I choose to fully embrace it. And that's what I want for you. I love you. I'm here for you. If you need me to fight for you, I'll fight for you, girl. But I just want us, and whether you're trans or not, or cis, or gay or lesbian or whatever, it doesn't matter how you identify. Let us be the light that we want to see in the LGBTQ plus community. We need to be the trailblazers. We need to be the ones who, advocate for love, the ones who advocate for acceptance, the ones who advocate for tolerance. We're the ones that are going to make this world a better place. It's not the haters, it's us. Because we hold power. I love you. I thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright. Bye.